So, hello again, VC, and whoever's watching. Recently, I think like 2 weeks ago, there's been a record fair at Nuremberg in Bavaria, Germany, which I've visited, and it was a pretty nice record fair, lovely atmosphere, a lot of sellers, and I got some really nice records, like not all of the stuff I was looking for quite a long time, a few nice records of that too, but a lot of stuff also that I just found at the record fair and I said, okay, this is pretty cool, or it has a nice price in it. I would grab it and give it a try. So yeah, let's just get started. The first one is by the Grateful Dead, Terrapin Station. Just as I said, I've been looking desperately for that record, but usually the Grateful Dead studio albums don't pop up that often, and if they do, they're quite expensive. Are relatively expensive. So I'm really glad that I got this one from '77. It's the original UK press, and it's a nice record. Like I'm mostly looking for the early studio albums, like Working's Man Dead or American Beauty, which I got a few months ago. But I haven't listened yet to some of the later stuff. But this one is really enjoyable. It has like everything that makes my eyes the Grateful Dead. Like especially side two, just filled with Terrapin Station song. Lovely instrumentation, a lot of harmony singing, and it has quite a jam character, so all the interesting aspects of Grateful Dead music. The next one is by Vanilla Fudge. The Beat Goes On. This is a German reissue on the Black Hurt Zoo label. I think it's still from the 60s. And this is supposed to be the second studio album by by Vanilla Fudge. And I've already listened to it, and to be absolutely honest, it's so far I didn't get into it quite well, because the songs they play, it's more like a sample. It's like they play 30 seconds of that song, 1 minute of that song, and it feels like a big collage, and not like song by song by song, which makes it a very interesting listen to it, especially considering the time it was released. I think it's 68, 69, something like that. Um, but as I said, maybe I have to give it another try and see how it turns out. But yeah, so far I can say Rock and Roll by Vanilla Fudge, which I got in the summer this summer, favors me a lot more. But still, maybe I have to give it a few more tries to get more into that one. Um, at least I can say side two is quite interesting. It's as I said, a collage, but not of songs. It's more like speeches of people. Like you have Hitler, you have Stalin, I think you have Churchill, and John F. Kennedy. So it's quite interesting how they mix that up. Um, so yeah, let's get to the next one. Jefferson Airplane, Crown of Creation. Um, this has the original inner sleeve, and I'm not 100% sure. Like Discog says, this is the first UK pressing from '68, but I always considered that the orange label came up later, like '69, '70, something like that, and that they just used the black one for the '60s pressing. But maybe you know more about it. As I said, Discog says it's the original one. Also, like checking the matrix numbers, and just the same with Grateful Dead. The studio albums of Jefferson Airplane don't pop up that often. Jefferson Starship is were quite huge in Germany, I think, but Airplane, it's not that common. So I'm always happy when I see them for a reasonable price. Like the last one I showed you that I got, I think at Baxter's, which is an amazing psych record. So I can't wait to listen to this Crown of Creation. Next one is Sparks, number one in heaven, with the single hit number one song in heaven. And actually, I can show you a record right now because it's playing. It's really great. Whenever I see a Spark record for a good price, I pick it up. Usually they appear like very cheap or very expensive. I don't know what's the thing about it, but I really enjoyed it. Like the first four albums. A Woofer from in Quita's Clothing, Kimono in My House, Indiscreet, Propaganda. They're like really amazing records released on the Island label. I don't think all of them, but at least the last three one. This one is from '79. Was recorded in Munich, and it's more like electronic Sparks, so a lot of electronic sounds, but still, it has all in it that makes Sparks so interesting for me, like the high pitched voice, the humor in the lyrics. it's always fun listening to it because it's so uncommon, which is why I can highly recommend it. Especially like as I said, the title track, Number One Song in Heaven, or La Dolce Vita, great songs. Next one I've been looking for a bit, though it's not that rare actually. This is Paul Simon. I think it's self-titled. Yeah. Um, it's an amazing record. Like in a few last months, I really got into Paul Simon. Um, Listening especially to his lyrics, it's just amazing. He was an amazing songwriter, and I always enjoyed, and more than that, I loved his work and Simon and Garfunkel. But also I get into his solo stuff. Um, so I really recommend this one. It's on the Orange CBS label. Mother and Child Reunion. It's a lovely song. Duncan sounds so great. Um, Run the Body Down. It's really nice record and shows Paul Simon at its best. And maybe sound wise, it's closest to Simon and Garfunkel. But yeah, just as I said, high recommendation, and also the cover art. I think it's just pretty amazing. Just his face and Paul Simon writing there. So great one. The next one is, or however you pronounce it, by 10 Years After. Um, it's the original German pressing on the Jerem label. Um, like the same with this, I haven't been like super intensely looking for it. I really enjoyed 10 Years After. Actually, the beginning of October, I visited one of their shows close to Munich. Um, but this record in particular is always quite expensive. I don't know why, but because it pops up so often. But it's a really great one, like the blues rock, also a lot of or some influence of psych rock in it, and it's just great work. And what can I recommend? Two Time Armor, Bad Scene, and Good Morning Little Schoolgirl, of course. Um, it's a great one. I still don't get why it's always that expensive, but it's a very nice record. I'm glad that I finally got it. Let's see the next one. I've been looking for this, but usually it appears like for in a reissue pressing from the 2000s. So this is actually the first one that I got or saw an early pressing of it. This is Love Forever Changes, and I just wanted to get it because so many people recommend it and say it's one of the psychedelic rock albums of all time. So this is on the Butterfly Electro label. It's a UK pressing, and though it says 71 on it, it's I think 76, 77, something like that. But I'm still very glad. It's for me, it's early enough, as to say, and the record itself, and especially the cover, they look just amazing. Actually, I talked a lot about it with the seller and asked whether it's really from the 70s because the cover looks so new. Um, but I checked it, and I'm glad that I can finally give it a try. I haven't listened to it yet, but it's really high on my have to list. Same with the next one. This one I wanted to get for a long time, and I don't know why, but compared to the other studio albums, it also doesn't appear that often, and especially not in that pressing. This is Crosby, Stills and Nash self-titled first album, and which is what is really cool. It's the original German pressing on the Atlantic label. And first I thought it's a US pressing, checking the label with the writing and all that, because it actually looks like the US one. And only very small you can see the Right Society up here saying GEMA, which I definitely always saw when I checked it at the record fair. But when I was looking for the Matrix numbers, I saw Made in Germany and was like really thrilled because always wanted to get a record, wanted to get it for a nice for a reasonable price because usually they're a bit expensive. Um, and I wanted to have it in a good condition. This one looks amazing. It's a lovely laminated cover, and as I said, it's the original pressing for a very nice price. Already listened to it because Crosby, Stills and Nash are like one of my all-time favorite bands, and it's just great. It's huge, Judy Blue Eyes, of course. I think it's one of their records like this mostly connected to the band. But still amazing. Helplessly Hoping, bye bye, long time gone. It's just amazing what those three guys did, and later with Neil Young, Deja Vu, and Crosby, Stills and Nash. Just amazing records. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, the next one, also not that common. It's Then Play On by Fleetwood Mac, um, and it's also the original pressing, German pressing on the Reprise label, with the orange bar up here, and um, there's a reissue from the 70s. I think the label's called Rock Classics, Rock Archive, something like that, and you always find this record from that um, record company or label company, but original ones with the cover art, with the full cover, because the reissue, it's like cut out. It's just a smaller picture, and it has a black bars around and saying Rock Classic. It doesn't look really nice, like compared to this one. And so as I said, you always find a reissue, but not the original one. So I was always looking for this because I really love the original Fleetwood Mac with Peter Green. It's just they're one of the blues rock bands from the UK of that era, and I'm not that much into the late 70s West Coast sound. Fleetwood Mac with Rumors and Tusk and all that. I think I have Rumors in my collection, but I actually don't listen to it because I really prefer the 60s early stuff, and I'm super glad that I finally got this one. Still looking for the other two records with Peter Green, but Then Play On, amazing addition to the collection. The next one I've been looking for some time too. This is called Bloodwind Pick, with the album Getting to This. Lovely gatefold art. Usually you find this one like the dots linked. So you see there's a pick there, or you see also like how you call it, labyrinth. No, I think it's a German word. I don't know the English word, but they're like games on it on the cover, and usually people play them. It was the same with this one actually, but I could remove it with a biro, so now it looks like brand new. And also this is on the Pink Island label, original German pressing, and this band is I think the follow-up project of Mick Abrams, the first guitar player of Jethro Tull, who played there for, what was it, 1 or 2 records? I'm not 100% sure, but after he left, he founded Bloodwind Pick, and it's a great mix of blues rock, mostly in it, some nice jams. Actually, just what you expect from the Pink Island label. So a little bit of jazz rock in it, and it just sounds amazing. So if you haven't listened to it yet, Bloodwind Pick, Getting to This, high recommendation. So let's see the next one. Actually, I didn't plan to buy it, but it looked so amazing, and it was very cheap. Like the seller didn't want to bring it again to every record fair because he was worried about that it's getting some damage, because it's a box set actually, and it's a bootleg box set, as you can see. This is called Cherry or Baby Volume 1, the very best of the Climate Winds in concert 72 to 76, and on the cover you see Mick, and I think it's his first wife, Bianca. And it's a lovely bootleg. It contains bootleg shows from 72 to 76. You have like to European tour from 72, 73, 75, and 76. You get a lovely, nice little booklet in it with pictures, and actually at the beginning there are also some Q&As, like when did the Stones founded themselves? Do they appear in other artists' records and stuff like that? It's just a lovely bootleg box set. You get the records in those let's say neutral labels. So there are no song titles on it, just a number, and you need the booklet to know what's actually playing. And it's a really nice one because it's a good documentation of the Stones' live activities throughout the 70s. So you have some Mick Taylor shows, you have some Ronnie Wood shows, and you can see like they quite often put the same song on different records, so you can see how it developed over the period. And it's a great sound quality. It's just a lovely bootleg, and with that, my first 5 LP box set, I think. And I got another bootleg by the Stones, which I will show you in the next video, which I'm already preparing. I'm just waiting for one more record to arrive. But I think with this one and the other one, I'm just done with the Stones bootleg collecting. It's fine to me now. I've shows from the 60s, from the 70s, 80s, and now 2000s. So I think with this, I have a very nice overview of their activities, and I'm fine with that. All right, the next one, Pink Floyd, The Embryo. This is on the Swinging Pig label from '89, I think. It's on black vinyl, nothing fancy, no marbled or colored vinyl, but it's fine to me. The record itself looks just amazing, and the record cover is just super great artwork. Pink Floyd standing in front of a tree, especially like Roger with the cape. So it's really nice, lovely artwork, and it's a BBC session from '68, '69, recorded live in session for the BBC radio. And so I expected it to have like a really great sound quality. And also I wasn't looking for that one. I just saw it and said like, okay, this looks amazing, and it has Julia Dream on it and a Saucer Full of Secrets. Saucer Full, one of my all-time favorite Pink Floyd tracks, and Julia Dream, also a great one. So I'm just super glad that I got it. So, and with that BBC and the Swinging Pig label, I expect some very good sound quality, and can't wait to listen to it. Same with the last one. It's also the last one for the day and the last one from the record fair. This one I've been looking for. I've already seen it before, but the cover was pretty beat up. There's also a Pink Floyd bootleg, Pink Floyd Live, the best of tour '72. So this is recorded at Rainbow, and it contains Dark Side of the Moon in its entirety. So the full album recorded or played live to an audience. I think for the first time actually in '72. So I really wanted to get this. I think like Dark Side of the Moon, of course, like it's no secret, but it's one of the best albums of all time. And to hear actually live from that time when they played it live, I couldn't resist. I just had to buy it. Also, like the lovely cover artwork with the pigs, and I can't wait to listen to it. It's from '72, the pressing, and I can't wait to give it a spin and listen to it. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and maybe see you next time. Bye.